Walrus tusks, why are they so long? The walrus, scientifically known as Odobinus rosmarus, is a truly remarkable animal of the Arctica creature instantly recognized by those magnificent tusks. These aren't just decorative features, they are integral tools for survival and communication. You might be surprised to learn that both male and female walruses possess these impressive ivory growths, though the male's tusks tend to be significantly larger and longer. The sheer size of them can reach over 3 feet in length. It's a testament to their evolutionary significance. For a long time, we thought we understood why walruses had those impressive tusks. The prevailing theory was that they were primarily weapons tools for defending themselves against threats like killer whales and polar bears. It made sense, these are formidable predators in the Arctic environment. However, recent studies paint a more complicated picture, revealing a far more nuanced role for these iconic features. Scientists now believe walrus tusks are much more important for social signaling and establishing dominance within their own herds. They're used in displays of strength during mating season and to assert position amongst males competing for resources. While defense certainly isn't off the table entirely, it appears these incredible structures serve a far broader purpose than simply warding off danger. You might think walrus tusks are for fighting or impressing mates, but their most important role is actually quite practical. They're essential tools for getting out of the water. Imagine a massive animal weighing upwards of 2 tons trying to pull itself onto a slippery ice floe or a rocky beach. The currents can be incredibly strong. Walruses use those impressive tusks to firmly anchor themselves, digging them into the ice or rocks to create a secure hold. This is especially vital in rough seas, where even a slight wave could sweep them away. Without them, getting onto land would be an exhausting and precarious struggle. These tusks are their lifelines. Walruses are incredibly resourceful feeders, and their impressive tusks play a crucial role in that process. They are not just for show. These long ivory growths act as powerful tools to help them find food. Imagine a walrus on the ocean floor, using its tusks almost like rakes, stirring up the sediment. This disturbance kicks up all sorts of tasty treats, shellfish like clams and mussels, along with worms, snails, and other invertebrates that live hidden beneath the seafloor. These creatures make up a significant portion of what walruses eat, highlighting just how important these rakes are to their survival. Life for a male walrus, also known as a bull, is far from peaceful. They constantly vie for dominance within their herds, and these battles are often quite dramatic. It's all about securing the best spots on the ice floes and, crucially, winning mating rights. These competitions involve intense shoving matches and aggressive displays, and tusks play a vital role. Think of them as nature's version of horns or antlers. They're used as weapons to assert dominance. The size and shape of a walrus tusks aren't just about looks. Larger, more impressive tusks are generally a sign of higher social status within the group. Bulls with truly magnificent tusks tend to be more successful in attracting females and passing on their genes, highlighting the direct link between physical prowess and breeding success. A walrus tusks aren't just impressive, they tell a story about its age and development. You see, these iconic features those long, spiraling ivory growths are directly tied to how old a male walrus is and the hormonal shifts it experiences as it matures. Young males initially have relatively small tusks. As they grow older, testosterone levels rise, triggering significant growth. These tusks gradually lengthen and thicken over time, eventually reaching impressive lengths of up to 1 meter, that's over 3 feet long. It's quite remarkable how these seemingly simple features offer such a clear indication of a walrus' place in the social hierarchy and its overall maturity. It's a common misconception that only male walruses have those impressive tusks we've been admiring. Actually, female walruses, often called cows, also sport them. They aren't quite as dramatic as the males. Their tusks tend to be shorter and thinner, but they are still very much present and play a vital role in their lives. These smaller tusks assist with foraging on the seafloor, helping them dig for clams and other tasty treats. And just like the males, female walruses use their tusks to anchor themselves to ice or the seabed when resting, especially important in rough seas or when protecting their young. Interestingly, a walrus tusks aren't all created equal. You might notice significant differences in their length and shape depending on where you find them in the Arctic. Walruses from different regions, like those inhabiting the Bering Sea versus those found near Greenland, tend to exhibit subtle but distinct variations in their tusk morphology. These differences are largely influenced by genetics, reflecting a fascinating degree of regional adaptation within the species. Scientists believe these genetic predispositions interact with environmental factors over generations, leading to observable distinctions we can see today. For example, some populations might have tusks that are proportionally longer or more curved than others. It's not just about size, the overall architecture differs too. This highlights how even within a single species, there's incredible diversity shaped by both inherited traits and their interaction with the environment. Those impressive tusks you see on a walrus aren't just for show, they're actually quite remarkable structures. Like our own teeth, walrus tusks are primarily made of dentin, that yellowish material beneath the enamel. They're encased in a protective layer of enamel too, which is the same hard substance covering human teeth. Interestingly, these tusks don't stop growing once they emerge. They continue to lengthen throughout a walrus life, although their growth does slow down as the animal ages. The exact length can vary greatly depending on individual genetics and environmental factors. The Arctic is warming at an alarming rate, and that's creating a serious challenge for walruses. Historically, these incredible animals relied on sea ice floes as platforms to rest, nurse their young, and forage for food along the shallow seabed. But as temperatures rise, this vital ice disappears earlier in the year and forms later, leaving walruses with fewer places to haul out. This forces them into massive, often overcrowded gatherings on shorelines, which can lead to stampedes and injuries, especially among vulnerable calves. With less ice available, their tusks are becoming even more crucial for survival. They use these impressive features to anchor themselves against strong currents when they do find a temporary resting spot, preventing them from being swept away into open ocean.